Hey guys and gals, just wanted to come at you today and talk to you a little bit about gun safety. Maybe you've heard about these things, maybe you haven't, but let's cover it, let's talk about it, because the more the information gets out there, the more people we're going to help, and we're going to improve the overall enjoyment of firearms. I shot my first handgun in 2001 and I was sold. Never turned back. I think I was 11 when I shot my first .22 rifle, 16 a shotgun, and I just always loved firearms. So maybe you're one of these young guys or gals and you don't have someone in your life to share with you about firearms and being safe with them. So let me be that guy for you today. So let's talk about the rules of the range. Number one, treat all guns as if they're loaded. I was helping a recent widow move out of her home into her new home, and she reached into her husband's recliner, her deceased husband's recliner, and pulled out a firearm and said, "I wonder if it's unloaded," and looked down the barrel. And as I saw her turning it towards her, which she was lasering my wife and me with the end of it, I moved like a ninja, grabbed that thing and turned it away to a safe direction and snatched it from her and was like, never look down the barrel of a firearm. She's like, "It's unloaded." Always treat a firearm as though it's loaded. Always. And if you're not sure if a gun is loaded or not, go ahead and treat it like it's loaded. All right, easy answer. Number two, never let the muzzle point at anything you're not willing to destroy. We're on the gun range and everybody says, "Hey Ryan, do you feel like you're gonna die today?" And I said, "No, why is that?" And they said, "That gal next to you on the range, she lasered you about 6-8 times today." She lasered me, meaning her muzzle was pointed at my back several times when she went to holster and we were doing live fire exercises. I had no idea. Make sure muzzle safety. Holy cow, kids. Always keep the muzzle of your firearm pointed in a safe direction. Typically that's downrange towards the berm. Don't go around pointing them in the gun. We're not doing any of this Charlie's Angel stuff, because if there was to be an AD, an accidental discharge, whatever goes up comes down. So kids, never go pointing them in the air. Unless you're bird hunting or, the trap shooting clay pigeons. That's a different topic. Number three, keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on target and you're ready to shoot. Another fun way to say that, if you'll remember, keep your booger hook off the bang switch until it's time to go boom. And number four, and these are kind of our four top rules, be sure of your target and what's behind, what's beyond. So it's one thing to have your target and to know that you're shooting at it, but know what's behind your target. So let's go real world. If you're shooting at an assailant, you need to be aware of what else is behind them, like innocent bystanders, someone's puppy, maybe a cat, whatever. I don't like cats, they're jerks, always knocking stuff off the table. They don't come to you when you call, they don't want to.
I hate cats. I hate cats. Just to know that I mostly hate cats.
Anyways, always be sure of what's beyond your target. And so when we're on the gun range, we always want like a berm, a large berm of dirt, something that's going to stop the ammunition that we're sending down there. And typically a large berm of dirt that's very thick and tall is going to do the trick. Now I've seen some people do that with some railroad ties. The problem is railroad ties rot. Some guns have high calibers, they go high velocity, they go through things like that. Especially if you're shooting something like a full metal jacket or target ammo, full metal jackets. So yeah, be aware of what's beyond the target. So I've got my Glock wrapped in the Second Amendment attire. Come take this from my cold dead hands. Anyways, this gun, I know it's loaded. Okay, I'm always somewhere there's a loaded gun near me. Just figure it. Unless I've been boating, then there's a good chance I just lost everything. Hit your mag release. You want to dump the magazine first. Again, it's a magazine, not a clip. If you call it a clip, just go ahead and tell yourself to do 50 push-ups, okay?
49, 50, I'm sorry, Sarge. I never call it a clip again. It's a magazine. It's a magazine.
Magazine. Clip is something completely different. Rack that slide, turn it, let that bullet go. It doesn't matter. We'll pick it up later. No problems. In fact, if you're on the range and you're with friends, keeping it pointed in a safe direction where you know you're not going to harm anything, go ahead. You ain't going to hurt nothing. Hey, everybody heard me rack that slide 5-6 times. Obviously, it's unloaded after I've dropped the mag. Now, don't be like that one ATF, DEA guy, whatever he was, alphabet soup, and he,
Okay, I'm the only one in this room professional enough that I know of to carry this Glock 40.
I'm the only one professional enough to handle the gun. And he racks the slide and the bullet falls out, but he didn't take the magazine out first. And then he holds it down to the ground, pulls the trigger and shoots himself in the foot. Because he's the only one professional enough. Rule number 3, keep your booger hook off the bang switch. All right, let's talk a little bit, now that we know this is safe, we're still gonna treat it like it's loaded. We're not gonna put our fingers in the bang switch. You've got this back strap here on your firearm. On a handgun, you wanna make sure that this webbing in your hand, you are getting that in there and you're putting a nice grip around there. Now on the Glock Gen 4, it's got the finger welds in there. Go ahead and you just wrap them 3 fingers in there. Finger down the rail, off the bang switch. You take this hand and in these grooves, you place your other fingers so that it's just a nice, tight fit. Get those thumbs down the rail. Make sure you're in good on the back strap. Your hand is under there. Now here's something I've seen on the range that's kind of gory. Guys pull a trigger with their hand up here, thinking that, I don't know, it's usually the revolver guys that do that. That slide comes back. It's sharp metal. You lose a lot of meat in there. On a Glock like this, there's no external safety. The safety is internal and it's built into the trigger here. So essentially what that means is when you pull the trigger, it's going to go bang. So you ultimately, whether you have an external safety or not, kids, you are the safety. Now let me tell you something else while we're on the subject of safety. Let's say you and your buddies want to go drinking. Have a good time. You're legal age, you're an adult, whatever. Be smart, be responsible, don't overdo it, and lock this dude up. Lock it up at home, put a safe in your vehicle, lock it up in there. Don't leave it loose in your vehicle. That's how guns get stolen, especially when you don't lock them. And if you get too drunk, you can't drive home and you got to get an Uber or a DD or whatever, lock it up at home. Put a safe in the vehicle. Make sure this is locked up safe. So, you're out drinking. Let's say you're at your buddy's house, or your buddy's at your house, even better. He's like, hey man, I heard you wrapped your Glock in the Second Amendment. And you're like, I did. And he says, bro, I want to see it. And then he takes a swig of his cheap Bud Light because neither one of you have good taste. No offense to my Bud Light drinkers. I don't drink beer anyways. So, he wants to see your fancy new Glock. The answer is, let's do that another time, buddy. Today's not a good day. Enjoy your drink. Because I'm going to tell you what, man. I know we joke about ain't nothing more American than firearms and booze. But I'm going to tell you what. Ain't nothing quicker to get yourself shot or your buddy shot than firearms and booze. So if you're drinking, lock your gun up. Keep it safe. All right. If you're depressed and angry, keep these guys locked up. Don't be messing with them. If you're depressed and angry, go talk to somebody. Go talk to your pastor. Go talk to your friend. Go get a counselor. Go whatever it is you need. Keep these locked up if you're depressed or angry. All right? So how are we feeling now? Treat all guns as if they're loaded, right? Treat all guns as if they're loaded. We know this one's unloaded, but we're going to treat it like it's loaded. Never let the muzzle point at anything you're not willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're on target and you're ready to shoot. Be sure of your target and what's beyond it. You're responsible for every projectile that comes out of your firearm. And if you miss, you're responsible for that miss. So you better know that if you miss, it's not going into something that we don't want to destroy. Right? Okay, good job. All right, so that's a lot of it. Let me know if you enjoyed this. If you didn't, I want to get good at making. I want to get gooder at making more of these gun videos. I love firearms. I love teaching about them. I love shooting them. I love learning how to build them. I'd like to take anybody that wants to go to the range. I want to take them to the range all the time. It's a fun, great, exciting lifestyle. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed my first gun video on gun safety, and I would appreciate it if you'd give me a little like, and if you'd subscribe, and leave me a comment about what you enjoyed about this video. Let me know what other kind of stuff you'd like to see. The gun community is a great community. Remember, the Second Amendment, it wasn't given to us by the government. It was given to the government by us to protect what God gave us, the right to protect ourselves, the right to keep ourselves free. Till then, stay safe. God bless.
I hate